what's going on, everybody? This is Justin Wolf from Wolf Customs. So, Bushcraft confessions. What exactly do I mean by that? Well, I'll tell you. I've seen a growing trend in the community, and quite frankly, it bothers me a little bit. So, let me backtrack just a little bit. About a week ago, Dave Canterbury put a video up showing basically it was a whole bunch of different tinders in a bag. And I made mention on my Facebook group that a lot of people were going to watch all of 2 minutes of that video and then shut it off, thinking that it was a waste of money. Now, I further went on to explain a little bit of something that, a lot of people may not have actually thought of. Most people are not going to need to buy that at all. I mean, it's natural tinder that we can find out in Mother Nature. I personally carry a dry bag with me, or a dry tinder bag with me everywhere when I'm out, and you guys have seen it in countless of my videos. Basically, what I do is I gather tinder along the way, put it in there. That way I have it, and I don't have to gather it if it's raining or snowing. Well, a lot of people hated this product because of those reasons. But, okay, so the only thing that we're born knowing how to do is to breathe. And none of us are experts at breathing even then. So it's silly for anybody to think that they're better or more of an expert or anything along those lines. So when it comes to tinder in a bag that we can buy from a website, you got to understand, not everybody had a father or a grandfather or some uncle, anybody that could pass on tribal knowledge to be an outdoorsman, a hunter, fisherman, whatever. Not everybody was blessed with that. Some people have to rely on YouTube and Google, which is completely fine because in today's day and age, that's kind of the modern campfire. That's where most tribal knowledge is passed now, is YouTube and Google. Well, even if you go to YouTube and you look up what's a good tinder or Google, you still don't get to really look at it. You don't get to feel it, you don't get to smell it, you don't get to practice with it until you go out and get it. So, for somebody that does not have the ability to have this knowledge passed on to them, this is a good item for them to buy. This is basically nothing more than a book in a bag. You spend however much it is, $12 I think he said, one time. You open it up and it's got tinders of all kinds. I mean, there was flower tops in that thing, cattail, just birch, fat wood, all kinds of stuff. So basically, any tinder that you can think of, it's right there. Now you have the ability to look at it, smell it, touch it, practice with it. Now you don't have to do that again. Now you know what you're finding when you go out and you look for it out in Mother Nature. So try to think about these things before you slam other people, for showing a product like this or someone wanting to sell a product like that. Look past yourself. Look at the people that may need this knowledge. Prime example, okay? Take me for an example. I have been an outdoorsman my entire life, but I had people that passed down knowledge to me. Now, did they pass down all knowledge to me? Hell no. I'm 37 years old. I was in my late 20s before I even knew what fatwood was. Why would I know what fatwood is? I don't have native pine. So why would I need to know that? Or why would have somebody passed that down to me when I don't have that resource available? Now, did that make me ignorant in the ways of being an outdoorsman because I didn't know what fatwood was? No, of course not. It was just something that I didn't know. Now, once I discovered it and learned more about it, man, it was awesome. But those things happen to us all the time. When I first started my YouTube channel, I started it because I thought, you know what, I've done quite a bit of this stuff. I got some knowledge that I can share. But you know what I quickly found out? I quickly found out that I didn't know as much as what I thought I did. And I've actually learned more from you guys than I have probably taught you. Again, does that make me a horrible outdoorsman? Not at all. Not at all. It does nothing but show that I am always going to be a student of Mother Nature, just like each and every one of you guys out there. Everybody wants to puff up their chest and be King Dingaling when it comes to bushcraft. Everybody wants to be the one that knows it all. Well, guess what? You're not going to. So stop pretending. We need to come together more as a community, and it needs to be about brotherhood, camaraderie, helping each other out. You know, there's so many times I'll post a video showing how I do something, and then I get so many, people that are like, oh, you're an idiot for doing it this way. Okay, I may be an idiot for doing it that way, but there's a better way to tell me. Teach me. Okay? Don't say, oh, you're an idiot for doing it that way. Explain it. Say, you know what? Try it this way. See if you like it. It may work better. Guess what? I'm going to accept that. I'm going to actually listen to what you say, and I'm going to apply it. But when you come and you're like, you know what? You're an idiot for even doing it that way. God, you're stupid. Guess what? I'm not even going to pay attention to you because you don't even know how to talk to people. How am I going to listen to you when you don't even know how to talk to people? So who is really the idiot? Me for doing something wrong, or you for failing to explain how it's done? I think you know the answer to that. So Bushcraft Confessions, this is my thing. I think it'd be great if everybody could come together, make a quick video, and say some of the things that they never knew. Common sense type things, like me not knowing what fatwood was until my late 20s. Okay? Bow drill. People will pretend that they know these skills for years and years and years and years. But they didn't. This had to be taught to them. Okay, like the bow drill, for example. Me and my wife have been married for 12 years. When we first started dating, I showed my wife how to do a bow drill. Now, I thought I knew how to do a bow drill, and I was able to do a bow drill, but it wasn't until I came to the YouTube community and the bushcraft community that I learned a whole lot of tricks that made me so much better and more proficient at a bow drill than I ever thought I could be. So why in the world would I ever just pretend that I knew it my whole life? That's so silly. That's so egotistical of anybody to pretend to be something that you're not. Most of my really good YouTube friends and some of my closest camping partners and everything else, I can think back when we first met, and a lot of those guys were just starting out, and I've seen how they've just grown leaps and bounds and everything. And some of them have surpassed me in so many skills. And I would never in a million years pretend that they haven't. Why? Because I can learn something from them. I started off teaching them. Now they're teaching me. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with that. We do not have to be number one. We can learn from each other. I don't know. I just think it's silly. This is something that I want everybody to think about before you get on and you start criticizing somebody for posting about a product that is literally a book in a bag. You know? These are things that everybody needs to think about before you criticize people, call people a dumbass and everything else. Some of the things that I see in the community, it blows my mind. It's like everybody just forgets that what it's really about. So anyway, last year I did a video, it was around this time, about ego. Spread like wildfire, and everybody had it in check for a long time. And here we go, all over again. It's so silly. Let's come together as a community like we're supposed to. Let's help each other out. You know, we see somebody doing something that's unsafe or wrong. Let's explain it to them. Approach it. Say, hey, you know what? Try doing it like this, because I guarantee if you do, you're going to be happy that you tried it. Oh, you dumbass, why'd you do it like that? Doesn't work. People ain't going to respond to that. No, I don't. So anyway, let's come together. Okay? Do me a favor. Throw up a quick video. Give me a bushcraft confession. Tell me something that you've recently learned. That many people pretend that they've known it for years, but you're not afraid to tell everybody on camera that you haven't. It's like I was talking to Larry Roberts. You know, this whole, shelter and everything, using tarps and stuff. I never used a tarp. I used to sleep in tents. It wasn't until, goodness, what was it? One of the early survival shows, probably 8 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that, where I seen somebody use it, and at first I thought, why would anybody want to do that? And then it started all making sense, and I tried it, and I loved it, and now I have no intentions on going back to a tent. I hate a tent now. But why would I pretend that I've been using a tarp my whole life if I haven't? I'll tell you, because I don't care if anybody thinks that I am the best of the best bushcrafter out there. All I care about is helping somebody that's just starting out and having everybody out there help me become a better woodsman, and that's what it should be about. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and as always,